A warm greeting to each and every one of you on this cold day. It is your girl V and I am back with another video. You know what day it is today? This is Thursday Talks with V. Today we will be talking about the effect of absent fathers in our lives or in our childhood. If you are new to this channel, allow me to welcome you to Let's Talk with V. Here we talk about anything. Please do make sure you subscribe, like, comment and hit that notification bell so that you will be notified each time I upload new videos. Now let's get once again, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all. As I have mentioned, today we will be talking about the effect of father's absence in our lives or in our childhood. Allow me to start by saying there is nothing worse than a man that can be everything to everybody else but except a father to his child or his children. Yes, growing up I had a father figure in my life. I know how it feels to be protected, loved, nurtured and provided for by a father. Until I lost it all in the name of death. The emotional, the psychological damage I went through is not of any I wish to anybody else. I had a dad that I wish any girl or any child in this world could have. But unfortunately, due to the cycle of life, I myself lost it all. Now I can imagine how it must feel for someone who has an absent father or who never had a father figure. It hinders or limits the ability to develop from childhood to adulthood. As you all know, I am never alone in these conversations, so I will share what you guys shared on this matter or regarding this matter. Starting with Uso Pumla, who said, I don't know really, but our peers search for that fatherly love in wrong places. And to some, it plays with their minds. By that, she means that they believe they're the reason why their fathers are absent, resulting in long-term pain and anger. It must be painful, for one, to not have a father figure to a point where they start believing that they're the reason why their father is absent in their lives. Especially if their father can be a father to his other children, but not you. You start getting these mixed emotions. You start assuming, you start having these questions on why me? What is wrong with me? Am I not his blood? Am I not his child? All sorts of questions. But I just want to say to you guys who start doubting yourself or start having these questions that you are not the reason and you could never be the reason why your father is absent in your life. Moving on to Olanga, it's always damaging to one mentally, especially as a male child. Our mothers do surely try to cover the father's role, but there are certain life encounters where you sit down and think only if my father was present, he would guide me through the storm. But the real psychological killer is when your dad is present, but in his presence he is absent. As I've mentioned in the beginning, that there is nothing worse than a man that can be everything to everybody else, but except a father to his child or children. He is there physically, but lacks the social intelligence to understand that you are really in need of him. Definitely, as Langa mentioned, our mothers, our daily mothers, try by all means to fill the void of our absent fathers. Try by all means to play the role of being a father and a mother to ourselves. And I salute our mothers. Shout out to them for being strong enough. But the fact remains, the void will always be there. Respect to our mothers out there who are doing double duties or playing double roles to our lives because of men who are failing to play their part as our fathers. Moving on to a little story of this young gent, which he shared. He said, so I've been lucky enough to have a father present in my life, but there was a stage in grade 7 and 8 where my father was working in another province. And during this time, I started doing bad things like smoking, lying, about school to chill with older guys. I don't want to blame him for this. He had to be in another province to get money, but at that time, I started thinking that I was an adult. I started acting older than I was. He even came to realize that he must step up to support his mom. Because it was at a stage when his brother was in varsity, so he was the only child at home. He was used to having his father and older brother around, but suddenly it was just himself and his mom for 2 years. So he always ended up looking for guardians, but at some stages he got it from the wrong places. Fathers play an essential key in our lives. Going back to this conversation I had with Dulanga, where he mentioned this ideology of communities, that you are not men enough until you provide for your family. So this young gent felt the need to support his mom, felt the need to provide, and started looking for that guidance in the wrong places. You see, this absence of fathers has a huge effect in our lives, emotionally, psychologically. But the key effect it has is the urge or the need we tend to feel to provide in our homes. Remember, a father provides for his family. Now with his absence, now we tend to feel the need to be the one providing. Now we find ourselves doing things we never thought we could do, all in the name of providing back home. Young gents out there doing things that they never imagined themselves doing, all in the name of providing at home, all in the name of being a man at home. And young girls being out there seeking for this fatherly love in the wrong places, wrong people who take advantage of them. And this is happening all in the name of providing at home, bridging the income gap at home. A positive father is a key figure I will start with in a girl's life, because your father is the first male you encounter in your life. A father protects, loves, provides, and nurtures you, and that teaches you how the opposite sex or how the opposite gender is supposed to treat you. That interaction between father and daughter teaches the daughter how to interact with the opposite gender. And her view when encountering males in her life is dependent on how her father treated her and how her father treated all the women or females in her life. Same as for our young gents. Fathers plays the same role in our young gents' lives. He's a provider, a protector, and a role model. A role model that demonstrates how must you be a man, how to provide for your family, how to treat a woman. Now with all that being absent, young gents now don't know what it is to be a man. or young gents aren't a good example of what it is to be a man. I must say, it is not always the case where young women or gents who had absent fathers goes this route or becomes this certain product or becomes this negative product of the situation. There are young gents and women out there who are doing exceptionally well in their life, yet they had absent fathers in their lives. And I commend them for that. They did not allow their father's absence be the downfall or be the reason for their downfall in their lives. Instead, they let that be the reason why they strive to be a better person. They let that be the reason why they succeed and make sure that they succeed in everything they do. I commend you guys for that. Keep it up. It was not easy. It is not easy. It will never be easy. And to my young, dearly brothers and sisters out there who have absent fathers in their lives, let me start with those who feel that they're the reason why their fathers are absent in their lives. You're not the reason, and you will never be the reason. Don't allow the absence of your father be the reason why you become the worst person ever, or the person that you are not striving to be. Don't allow your father's absence push you or drive you into someone that you are not into, or drive you into places that you know are not meant for you. To all those out there, please do not be the reason why your husband or your partner is not being there for their child. Do not be the reason why they're not loving, protecting, providing, and nurturing their children. Please. And to all fathers out there, please be there for your children. Support them, love them, nurture them. Be their guardians. Remember, to be in your children's memories, you need to be in their present lives. With that being said, catch me on the next video.